During Tucker Carlson's response on March 25, 2021 to Joe Biden's first press conference, he references Biden's possible theme of unity for his next presidential run in 2024. Here's his response.
But we can tell you that Joe Biden has already picked a theme for his next campaign. The theme is unity. Now, wait a second, you might be thinking. Wasn't unity the theme of Biden's last campaign, the one that just ended in November? Yes, it was. But that wasn't enough unity. There is more unity on the way, ladies and gentlemen. Bucket loads of it, tractor trailer loads full. Imagine every swimming pool in Malibu topped to the brim with unity, and then add all the pools in Bel Air. That's how much unity we're talking about. And by unity, of course, we mean policies that make Americans hate each other much more than they ever have. That's what Joe Biden has given us so far, and soon we'll have more.
The third reason I said I was running was to unite the country. And generically speaking, all of you said, no, you can't do that. Well, I've not been able to unite the Congress, but I've been uniting the country based on the polling data. We have to come together.
We have a few issues here, and not just with Tucker. The first is the manner in which Tucker Carlson presents Joe Biden's unity. The second is presidential campaigns, or presidents themselves, running on or simply calling for unity. And third is how today's media landscape undermines any attempts by any president to achieve even a slightly more united country. We all have to understand that we, whether we like it or not, are also susceptible to influence by not just the facts that the media outlet presents, but by the manner in which they present them. Research shows that humans are more persuaded, generally, by appeals to emotions than we are to the presentation of facts, data, and logical arguments. This is why research shows that it's difficult to change most people's minds through facts and logic. Instead, if you want to convince them to change their mind, you must appeal to their emotions. Tucker Carlson takes full advantage of this human trait. The manner in which he speaks, dripping with sarcasm, misrepresentation of the beliefs of others, ignoring facts that would undermine his goals, and general fear-mongering influences his viewers more than any logical argument or data ever could. This is obviously not unique to Tucker Carlson. He just does it better than most, which is why he's so popular. In the end, it doesn't really matter what Biden does, unless of course he fully embraces conservative ideologies. Tucker Carlson will seek to undermine him and be pretty successful at it. And not, generally, by honestly analyzing Biden's executive actions and other policies, both good and bad, but through simple appeals to emotion. This type of deception, like most others, serves one purpose: to agitate his viewers, to get them angry, which in turn furthers the American divide from which he profits handsomely. If you're a fan of Tucker's show, ask yourself honestly if you think he presents reality more truthfully than the mainstream media. If the answer is no, he doesn't, then why trust him? Why watch his show? If you're not gaining a better understanding of the current state of affairs, what's the draw? Is it because he appeals to your emotions? If you do think he represents reality more honestly than the mainstream media, what do you base that on? What do you actually learn about Democratic, with a capital D, policies? Sure, there are nuggets of truth in all news, including the mainstream media outlets. But does that mean there is no deception? Of course it doesn't. What has Biden done that you actually agree with? What has he done that you disagree with? Just because you disagree with some of his policies, does that make everything he does bad? Of course not. Tucker Carlson is no more honest than any of the mainstream media outlets that he himself so often accuses of bias and deception. The big difference is that he depends more heavily on direct emotional manipulation. Yes, the mainstream media often fawns over Biden. Yes, the mainstream media tends to focus on the good things he does and tends to ignore the bad things. The selling of arms to Egypt, the bombing of Syria, the lack of media access to border facilities, and others. But is conservative media any different? Conservative media tends to focus on what conservatives see as all the bad things and ignores what conservatives might see as good. And when it comes to conservative politicians, the left-leaning media find all the bad things and ignore the good, while conservative media focuses on the good things and ignores the bad. This is deceptive, plain and simple. And if you watch any of the big news outlets such as One American News, CNN, Fox, MSNBC, etc., and believe that they're the honest ones, I'm sorry to say, but you're being deceived. So back to the president. The president can't, in general, easily achieve even a hint of national unity by simply claiming over and over that we all need to come together. Trump and his followers did the exact same thing. It's simply insulting to those who do not support him. This type of rhetoric, either from politicians or the media, serves to undermine the priorities and beliefs of the other side. Once one side gets into power, then starts making claims about bringing the country together, they can then simply blame all future division on the other side. This does not help anything. That being said, when, regardless of what a president does, the opposing media ignores good things, focuses on only the bad, and generally uses emotional manipulation to push readers and viewers against him, they become the source of the division. When the media presents only biased coverage, the viewers begin to think in biased ways. Either they begin ignoring or rationalizing away problems, or they begin seeing only the problems, depending on which side of the fence they stand on. I don't care who sits behind the desk in the Oval Office, we'll never achieve even slight unity so long as the media continues its deceptive practices and we continue to support them. When we support deceptive media, including Tucker Carlson, we are actively undermining our own future. We are rejecting common purpose and embracing ignorance. So long as we continue to watch media that reinforces only our negative opinions of someone, we are accepting our own manipulation. Humans are emotional, even though we would all like to think we're rational. If we don't accept this and consciously look to overcome it, we will continue to be emotionally manipulated to our detriment. We must call out and reject all emotional manipulation by the media whenever we see it. And that especially includes rejecting media that uses emotional pleas that reinforce our own views and beliefs. We must expect more from our news. My name is Eric Schmidt, and I would like to thank you very much for the view. If you find my videos useful, please like and subscribe and let me know what you like or don't like in the comments below. Also, if you take issues with anything in this video, please let me know, but please provide evidence or reason, not simple assertions. Thank you again, and have a wonderful day. Goodbye.